I am the internet, and I like it when KSSU is on me.
Welcome. Matt and Tech Show here. I am Matt. And there's silence right now because there is breaking news. There is no more Tex. Well, he's still here and he's still alive. This semester, at least, he is no longer a part of the Matt and Tech Show. He, long story short, is not going to Sac State, at least for this semester. Possibly we'll see him next semester on the Matt and Tech Show. I'm still going to call it the Matt and Tech Show, though I'll call it the Matt and Tech Show minus Tech Show. So I'll be doing it myself. Still playing all my favorite songs and great songs. Still talking about the same sort of things, TV shows, movies, nerd stuff. Tex will still a big part of the show. He'll give me show topics and things to talk about. He'll give me his opinion on things, maybe even write some things in the blog if he's bored. He will also perhaps even call in sometimes. Probably not. I asked him if he was going to call in today, and he's not. Yeah, though he's probably listening. Hi, Tex. This is very strange without you. So if I have nothing to say and I go blank, I'll just play a song. But some stuff to talk about. First show of the semester. I'll talk about what we missed during the winter break, where I've been, what I've done. If I got time, we'll talk about some TV shows that are ending this year. I was watching TV shows, and I've been watching a couple, and I realized there's a lot of my favorite shows that are ending, or have already ended this year. So give you a list of some of those that I'm going to miss or already am missing. Some concerts I went to and some other cool stuff. The first song I played when the show entered was New from the Strokes, a new single they got for their newest album. A song called One Way Trigger. The album called Come Down Machine. A new EP, if you would, that came out while we were in break session or winter break, was from Blink-182, one of my favorite bands ever since I was a kid, if I'm still not a kid. Albums, or the EP is called Dogs Eating Dogs, plural dogs. Pretty cool sound. Some people that are fans, or if they want to call themselves fans, don't really like the way Blink has gone. I'm still a big fan. I like the way they've gone with their album and their song style. Still great drums, lyrics, vocals, sound, all the good stuff. I'll play a song right now from that EP, Dogs Eating Dogs. The song itself is called Dogs Eating Dogs. Take a listen, Blink-182. We'll come back, talk about some other stuff I've done this past break. That was Dogs Eating Dogs from Blink's new album, Dogs Eating Dogs. I really like it. So during the past break, the winter break, did quite a few things. Worked a lot, for one. Brother came up for the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and my sister and I decided, he lives down in LA, we decided to make a trip of driving down there and hanging out with him for a week. So in January, about a week or two before the semester started, we drove down there, did a bunch of things, went to the beach, beautiful weather, went to museums, La Brea, and then one of the things I always wanted to do, I talked about it on this show and I wrote a blog about it. Space Shuttle Endeavour flew from Florida, made a tour around a bunch of cities, flew over Sacramento last semester, and then made its landing, its final journey to Los Angeles, where it is right now at the Los Angeles or California Science Center, where it's just basically put up in a hangar right now. So I saw it when it flew over here in Sacramento, and I wanted to go see it close up. My brother saw it, tweeted a picture of it, and I said I have to go see that. So I made sure we went to, my sister and I, when we were down in LA, and we did an amazing sight. Took a billion pictures of it, every angle. I took pictures in front of it, behind it. Really, really cool. Bought a NASA mug that I use every day now. I bought NASA shirts and gear and patches and all I could buy. And it really got me excited about the space shuttle and NASA again. And then I've liked every NASA page on Facebook, and one of the departments or one of the buildings for NASA is NASA Goddard, which is on the East Coast near DC. And on their Facebook page, they ask if there was any journalism or communications or news or anything like that majors that were interested in doing internship. And I've always wanted to be some part of NASA or work with them some part. I never got into science, and I haven't had really any science, engineering or anything like that classes. So I figured the only way I can work for NASA is if I make videos for them. And so I thought this is a perfect opportunity to work for NASA or internship for NASA. So I turned in an application for a resume where I'll be working, if I get it, doing sort of making videos, news reports, journalism, everything really multimedia-wise for NASA during this summer. They only accept 2 applicants for the internship this summer, so who knows if I'll get in. I had to do a couple letters of references, which I got one from actually the manager at KSSU. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted on what happens if I get it or not, but it should be really cool if I do. I've always wanted to go to DC, and it's right outside DC in Maryland. So it should be really, really cool if I get it. Other than that, took a bunch of photos of Endeavor. They're on my Facebook page. If needed, I'll put them on the Matt and Tech Show page, but not too big of a deal. Yeah, so that was really cool. But the beach and all the rest of LA was really cool. Got a new tattoo as well for my sister. My brother and my sister and I all got the same tattoo. But other than that, we'll talk about the TV shows after. Actually, after this song, we'll talk about a concert I went to. But this new band, or new album, from Local Natives just came out on the 29th. And I was really, really, really big fan of their sound in their first album, which my brother kind of introduced to me. Really loved it, and then I heard this album's coming out and I got really excited about it. Heard some singles they put out, or some sneak peeks, some samples of what the new album was going to have. And then I actually reviewed the album here for KSSU. I just got it in today, listened to it fully, love it. So I'm going to play a song for you now. First song off the album is called You and I by Local Natives. The album's called Hummingbird. Go check it out, go buy it, really love it. We'll play that, come back, we'll talk about a concert I went to just recently, actually. Welcome back. The Matt and Tech Show minus Tech Show. I am Matt and Tech isn't here. That song was from the amazing album Hummingbirds from the band Local Natives, the song You and I. During the break, I guess doesn't consider the break because the semester had begun. On last Tuesday, I guess, I went to a concert. My sister bought me concert tickets for Christmas to see Muse, one of the great live acts of my time. I've seen them, actually this would be the band I've seen the most. Saw them first in October 2010. Then I saw them when they opened for Rage Against the Machine down in LA. And then just last Tuesday I saw them for a third time, and this third time was a brilliant show. We had general admission or ground floor standing seats where you kind of just sit or stand with the crowd. We moved up pretty close, maybe 15-20 feet away from the front of the stage. What a really, really amazing intro for one. They filled the arena with as much smoke as they could, and they just have a great light show and sound show and video displays, and it was really, really cool show. I took my sister. She brought 2 tickets. She said, "You don't take me," but I decided to take her. But it was a really, really good show. One of my favorite albums of 2012 was the Second Law by Muse, and that's the main reason I wanted to go see them live, because I wanted to see them perform most of this album live, and they really met my expectations. Really loved the way they did all of it. One of my favorite songs off the album, called Animals, I'll play right now for you. Second Law, if you haven't heard it yet and you are a fan of my show, then you should listen to it. Animals off the Second Law. That was Animals from Muse and their newest album, The Second Law. Really love it. Really love that song. Ends a little strange. Don't know why people are screaming, but very cool. The band that opened for Muse, a band called Band of Skulls. Heard a couple of their songs before. Like to sort of the feel they have. But when I heard them live, I actually really liked their performance. A three-piece band, one girl on bass, and then two long-haired guys, one on guitar and lead vocals, and one on drums. Very cool show. So I'm going to play a song by them, so you can hear them, and then we'll go to commercial break, come back, talk about the shows that are ending, or have ended already, in 2013, and probably have enough time to play some more songs. So this song is called The Devil Takes Care of His Own by the Band of Skulls. Enjoy. Forgive me with all the technical errors. New setup here, though it may be better. I am new to it, so I'm still messing with all these stuff. Going from the computer commercials to my laptop to the microphone and all that stuff. But we're getting there. One of those commercials actually was from Johnny Cupcakes, the popular clothing brand who mocks up his store to resemble from the outside, a cupcake factory or store where they sell food. They don't sell food at all. They sell clothing with cupcakes on them. Really cool brand. Brother's friend of mine, or brother's friend of his, took my sister and I when we were down in LA to the only West Coast store, and it's in Los Angeles. Johnny Cupcakes. There's one in a couple other cities around the world. Very cool. Bought a shirt with the moon landing and a flag that has Johnny Cupcakes logo on there. There's a commercial break. You probably heard a bit of a band you've never heard of, but that was my brother's band called Hideouts. I played a song called Halos. I'll play the entire song now once I get done with speaking, but I played that only because there was some dead air when I was trying to figure out the commercial breaks. I'm going to tell you my flaws, and I'm going to tell you when I mess up, so get used to it. But this song is called Halos. They have an EP out. You can find it on iTunes. EP is called Stuck Between Stories. Band's called Hideouts. My brother's on drums. Enjoy.
Yourself up and see the life that you lead before you go down in flames. Think about the things you say. Will every single one of your best traits are fraying at the seams as you continually fall apart. Soul searching. Conversation's over. Go find another. you.
That was Hideouts with Halos. My brother is the drummer for that band. And his friend Keith, who helped me, or who took me to Johnny Cupcakes, is also in that band. Brother, I guess, texted me and didn't like the song choice from that, but I like it. Go ahead and buy the EP on iTunes. It's like $4 or $5, something like that. I bought it, even if I can get a free copy. So during this past, or I guess this year, 2013, there's a couple shows, or a handful of shows that I really enjoy that have ended already or are ending soon. I'll go down to a list of the ones that ended at the beginning of the year. Fringe, which might actually, no, it ended 2013. Fringe, which is a show on Fox, lasted 6 seasons. Really, really weird sci-fi show. Probably one of the only good ones out right now, and now there's no more sci-fi shows out. Really, really cool show. Really mind-twisting. Created by J.J. Abrams, whom I love, who now officially has the director role for the new Star Wars Episode 7 film. Breaking news. You probably saw that on Facebook.com/Matt and Tex if you follow us. Anyways, really cool show. Strange ending, but it was a strange show altogether. So sad to see it go, but it was kind of just a weird story, and I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad it ended the way it did, but I'm sad to see it go. Another show that has ended, G4, and I put a rant on my Facebook page, so you probably didn't see it on the Matt and Tech Show Facebook page, but I put a rant. There's a show, or a channel, called G4. It's been around a while, merged with Tech TV years ago, maybe 2003 or something like that. One of the only channels that has any sort of gaming, really the true nerd channel. It has video game. It had a show about cheat codes on video games. It had a show about technology and game reviews, and kind of a show about everything nerd. Two of the shows, X-Play and Attack of the Show, were kind of the last shows of that genre, of the old Tech TV G4. X-Play would do reviews of games and all that. Morgan Webb hosted it with a new co-host, Blair Herter. Morgan Webb I actually met semesters ago, who was on campus and did a sort of speech or gave her sort of story of her life and stuff like that. So that was really cool to see her, but it was sad to see her now off the air. Attack of the Show is a show that did tech reviews. They did viral videos. They talked about they did the feed where they talked about tech news and movies and all these stuff. They had interviews with all these people. Really cool show. The last two shows on G4 to really have any sort of nerd following or nerd agenda are now canceled. The G4 made a statement saying they're changing their channel platform or their sort of feel to more of a GQ, the men's magazine, sort of a men's, almost even a Spike TV sort of feel, where it's for that young adult man that's looking for action and stuff like that. So now they're replacing the lineup of the shows with old reruns of Knight Rider with David Hasselhoff, a terrible show that should not be played in 2013. They play a bunch of cops. At least every 3 hours there's an episode of Cops on, which isn't a bad thing, but there's probably 6 other channels on cable that are playing cops, so I don't know if we need another one. Playing to just the shows, it's terrible, and there's no more nerd shows for people like me or people like Tex to go enjoy, see game reviews or things like that. So it really upset me to see that the channel is now changing, and with that, Attack of the Show and X-Play have ended. Their last episode was a couple weeks ago. Really upset me, actually, because now I have nowhere to go for sort of television game reviews. I got to go on the website and see game reviews and stuff like that, which isn't a problem. I still did that, but it was good to see those characters. I've known them for, they've been on the air for 6, 7, 8 years. So after them having these shows canceled is pretty upsetting. So those shows officially ended. Some other shows that ended, a show called Last Resort that Tex and I enjoyed at the really beginning, the pilot. We really enjoyed. We talked about it quite a bit. We discussed that the show was for sure ending, but they were able to go in and change the last episode to kind of make it a series finale because it only lasted one season. And it was a strange story, and we weren't really sure where else the show would go, so it kind of made sense for them to only do one season, or they cancel it before the season ended. So Tex and I were pretty happy about them ending it only for one season, but we just wanted to see how it would end series-wise. The ending, to me, I won't go into much detail. I wish Tex was here because he'd go into great detail about it. But it ended like... There was no great ending. The captain went down with his ship. The other guy found his lover, and then everyone was happy. So it kind of just rolled to a point and kind of just halted to a stop. I was satisfied with the ending, but I would have liked some extraordinary where the nukes went flying and the submarine, all this stuff, China invaded, all this stuff. It would have been cool. But it kind of just ended, and it's over. Maybe Tex will put some review or write his review up of the ending. I haven't really talked to him about his view on it. Another show that has ended last Thursday was 30 Rock, show that's been on for maybe 9 seasons. Really, really funny show, really smart show. Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, Tracy Morgan, really hilarious cast, funny stories, situations. We're going to miss that show. That was actually part of one of my favorite TV lineups of NBC, where they had like 2 hours of great TV shows. Community, The Office, 30 Rock, and whatever other channel or show they had going. So 30 Rock has now ended after so many seasons. We'll see where Tina Fey's doing movies all around. Alec Baldwin doesn't do too much of comedy, but we'll see where he goes. Tracy Morgan, he's a strange actor. I've heard he's not very good at remembering lines and stuff like that. We'll see. He's been in other stuff as well, but I think his best role was Tracy Jordan in 30 Rock. I might be messing up those names. Anyways. And then again, another show that Tex and I have talked about hasn't officially ended yet, and I heard the end date will be around May. The final episode of The Office. This is the last season. Rolling it to an end. They're bringing in different concepts. Tex talked about how they're discussing why there actually is a film crew at Dunder Mifflin making this documentary. Why it's taken so long to get the footage they need. What's going on. So in this last season, they're now introducing members of the crew that are filming them. One of the boom guys that does audio interviewed with Pam, and there's some sort of he looks like he's in love with Pam, and Pam is having issues with Jim because he's got a new company in Philadelphia, and we'll see how it goes. Every time I see the boom guy, get involved in the show, it seems so stupid, and I yell out loud to the show, "Stupid! I hate this." Maybe I'm just I just like the way the show was going before, so now it's kind of changing to end the show. I just don't like the way it's going. We'll see how it completely ends in May. We still have to figure out who the Scranton Strangler actually is. We'll see if Oscar and the state senator, Angela's husband, get together. We'll see what happens with Dwight, Pam, and Jim. Where's Andy? He's still on his boat trip. Will him and Aaron get together, or will Aaron find the new guy that works at the office? We'll see how that goes. And that's about the handful of shows that are ending this year that I care about. There's a couple others. I was reading an article. Dirty Jobs is a Discovery Channel show with Mike Rowe. Really love the show. They haven't really officially said they're going to end the show. They just said they're not doing any more seasons. So I haven't seen anything. It sounds like they're ending it, but it wasn't like some big ending surprise. So I'm sad about that because that was a really hilarious show. But we'll see what Mike Rowe does. He'll probably do a bunch of other things. He's the Ford spokesman and Lee Jeans and all this stuff. So we'll see where he goes. But a show that I did pick up during the winter break, I might have talked about this once at least, or the previous semester, a show called Arrested Development. My brother introduced this to me. He said, "You love it, I love it." So I watched it, and I did. I really loved it. Got used to all the characters and all their crazy situations, stuff like that. The show had a weird sort of running where each season they basically get canceled by the network, saying there wasn't enough viewers, and then the show would come out on DVD, and they'd sell hundreds and thousands of copies. So then they'd bring it back for another season, and they'd get canceled, and they'd sell more DVDs, and then they'd bring it back for. So it ended up at a third season. They ended the show. That might have been in 2009, but don't quote me on it. It's been a release that Netflix is now running the show again, Arrested Development. They will be back with a fourth season of maybe 14 to 16 episodes starting this spring. There might be an official date, but I haven't found it yet. So I'm pretty excited about that. Exclusively on Netflix. We'll see how that goes. Should be really, really funny. All the cast will be back, and it's a really cool show. If you have Netflix, find it and watch it. I told Tex to watch it. He never got a chance to, but now he has free time, so he'll probably watch, or he'll hopefully watch it. I've talked a lot now. We'll go to the next song, talk a bit more, and then we'll be on our way because I'm almost out of here. This last song, maybe second last song, Robert Riot came out with a new song, or an album, called Beta Love. Haven't listened to it entirely. Got some reviews from friends of mine, or one friend, Coleman, who's listened to the album. Didn't really like it. I like what they've done before, Robert Riot, in previous albums. Haven't really got a chance to sit down and analyze this one well, but I threw a song off there that at first glance I really liked, or sort of liked, a song called Dance With Me. Take a listen, see how it is. Yeah, Dance With Me, Robert Riot. We'll be back, do the ending, and we'll see you next week. So, Dance With Me by Robert Riot off their new album Beta Love. Beta Love. We did it. First episode of the Matt and Tech Show minus Tech Show, where I am by myself hosting this, talking by myself, talking to basically a wall. Seemed alright. Played some music. Got more music in than we had before. If you haven't already, like our Facebook page, facebook.com/MattandTex, or you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/MattandTex. It's been fun. I'll be here next week, Monday at 3 as well. If you're here on campus and you got nothing to do, I have a break from now until 6, until my next class. So come find me and hang out. Send your questions to the Facebook page. Any comments, questions, send them there. And we'll see you next week. This last song I'll play and probably cut a little short. New Angel and Airwave song has a weird, long intro. So I'll cut a bit of it up. But we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Matt and Tech Show minus Tech Show.